Welcome to Lolita in the Metaverse. What's a Lolita to wear in the virtual world? I'm Casey, also known as Eerie Deary. I'm an artist and a cosplayer. Obviously, I love Lolita. And I was hoping to just show some of the brands and things that are around in the virtual space and wildly speculate about the future. All right, so why don't we just get started? And this on the front slide is the G Field brand Sailor Girl dress, which is so cute. And I wish I had 10 of them, which I could. All right, so why don't we start with what is the metaverse? Well, Neil Stephenson, a writer, invented the word in his 1992 novel Snow Crash, describing a widely used virtual world visited by way of VR headset, where you can choose an avatar, change your appearance, buy property, explore the world, and basically do what you would usually do. In his article on Polygon, Ollie Welsh explains that the metaverse is understood as a graphically rich virtual space where people can work, play, shop, socialize. In short, do the things humans like to do together in real life. And some spaces currently considered to be part of the metaverse are Second Life, VR Chat, Roblox, and Facebook's Meta. Roblox is a kind of a surprising one to me, but apparently the creativity on and just flexibility is amazing. And as much as I've been researching, I'm only getting the tip of the iceberg here. So virtual fashion. It's made using a combination of 3D graphics and 2D textures, plus rigging and animation, very much like 3D animated characters would be, except these clothes can be worn with usually a variety of different avatars. They can only be worn in a virtual world or an augmented reality. Yeah, right? This is another G Field design, which I wish I had all of them in my closet. Um, but the virtual clothing is actually much cheaper than the physical counterparts. For 500 linden, you could get this 5-pack of blouses, and the USD value would be $1.56. So you could have an amazing Lolita wardrobe for not very much money at all, actually. But you do need to have the technical requirements of a computer that can handle something like Second Life or VR chat, whatever venue you're in. And a cool thing about virtual clothing is that sometimes you can pull up a little menu, change the color, change the accents, which is much harder with physical clothing. In her article, Ophelia's Gaze, The State of Lolita Fashion in Second Life, Iris Ophelia, or her IRL name, Janine Hawkins, explains that due to misunderstandings about the term, the word Lolita was banned from Second Life search for many years. It has been unbanned, but there's still not a ton of a Lolita community, despite all the beautiful clothing that you can find. Most Lolita fashion on the Second Life marketplace is Gothic in style, perhaps because the preferred term when Lolita was banned was EGL, short for Elegant Gothic Lolita. So actually, a lot of the designs on Second Life, they're kind of Gothic, kind of over the top, but you really can find a bit of everything. All right, getting into the outfits. This first designer, Dion, runs the shop Bear Rose in Second Life, which I didn't mean to only show Second Life designers, but it's just the place where I found the most clothing. And I'm really hoping to be able to find more virtual clothing other than in the marketplace on Second Life. But I'm also in love with these. I love the ribbon wings on this outfit. It's just so cute, so like, I don't know, over the top, but classic still. And the little crown on top. A lot of the time, brands don't only make Lolita when you find it on Second Life. So it ends up to be like a lot of it ends up being a little costumey. But a lot of these things, like the wings, you don't have to wear them on this one either. They're detachable. You can customize different things, like the bow color on this Alice Maid outfit. And so there's a lot of possibilities. And I'm just using the pictures supplied by the designer on the marketplace uh, because I think they're very good images and they show the garments nicely. Um, and a lot of these are clothes that I would love to wear in real life. I think this Le Rouge outfit is very cute, very gothic. It's got a bunch of pieces that you don't have to wear the gloves. You could mix and match. You don't have to wear the boots. With the Ride Night, same thing. You've got some different color options. Um, and you don't see a whole ton of black and purple in Lolita, but I think that's very cute. Same with this Mara. We've got kind of this contrast embroidery, or you can have it be all black. Um, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Bear Rose was highly recommended in articles I would read about, like, where do you find Lolita on Second Life? And so I wanted to make sure to feature them. G Field is obviously a favorite of mine since I've already featured them. This is their Sailor Girl Dress 9-color pack, which all of these are super cute. And I just think it's such a classic dress. You could accessorize it in a lot of different ways. You could you could kind of skew it into different styles, even depending on how you accessorize. Um, I'm mostly looking at uh, like main pieces for the sake of this slideshow not being 10 hours long. But like something like this would be great to build uh, several outfits out of, because you get the 9-color pack, then you have 9 dresses to play with. And I really can't afford 9 dresses unless they're digital. um, there's another G Field dress that I think is just gorgeous, the Marie Rococo dress. Many different colorways on this one. And there's even options for, I believe, changing the bows, changing some of the details within each colorway. So there's really like a lot of flexibility, and uh, you could play this up. Oh yeah, the baby, the Stars Shine Bright 9-color dress pack. It's a lot. You don't ask about it unless you know you can pay for it. um, but I think that it's quite nice. Well, and these designers also exactly will also often sell these dresses individually. But if you really like a dress, or you just want to experiment with different styles, because you can get kind of a different look at different colorways. This one's more OG than Lolita, but I love it and I had to include it. It is like one of my favorites. It's just so cute, and you get 6 colors, but you honestly get 12 different ones, because you can have the top being the color, or the top being white and the collar being the color. And so you just have a lot of options with that. And with this kind of this mesh, you can basically take your avatar and kind of hide their body under the garment. And so just kind of, you know how you turn off parts of your body and they're there, but they're invisible. Uh, and so outfits like these, main pieces and stuff, they have a lot of flexibility as far as different mesh avatars, different, like, what do you want to put this on? Uh, do you want to put this outfit on a dragon girl? I mean, probably yes. That sounds awesome. On to our next designer, who is Wishbox, designed by Wisp Jinn, which is their in-world name. This first dress, Skeleton Key, I think it's just very cute. Comes with like a little headdress, petticoat, and I just think it's very cute. It involves prims, which is kind of an older thing on Second Life as opposed to mesh. A prim would be where you take one piece and you kind of sculpt that, as opposed to fully sculpting it, like you're not pulling it from another shape. Um, and so everything in Second Life used to be made with prims. More and more, we're going to mesh. But prims can sometimes be easier on your system. It really depends. So it kind of makes me happy to see some things with prims in them still. This other dress, velveteen ribbons, and they also have it in black. But I thought in red it's very cute with the like this white ladder lace, these white lacy details, and it's just very cute. This is one that also comes with accessories like socks and like lace for around the socks. And so like that kind of thing is very cool that you can get everything that already matches. Uh, all right. Wishbox continued. This dress is called Classic Alice Blue. And I just think it's very pretty. I like the ruffles in the back, the dark blue kind of accents to this robin's egg and teal pattern. Um, and this skirt in world would have a lot of movement to it because these pieces are like they behave almost separately, and they kind of bounce around like actual fabric, which is really pretty. Um, and this candy cane one I included just because mostly because I thought these socks are really cute with the peppermint stripes, kind of this red velvet and like this coordinating headdress. Uh, and I just think that it's very cute. It comes with bloomers that we don't see, which is fine. um, all right, and Wretched Dollies. Yeah, it's a little hard sometimes to find Lolita clothes with Lolita styling. Um, like just right away, a lot of things go kind of gothic, a lot of things go kind of scene. But really, they're all just pieces in this giant box of just outfits and toys, and you just gotta coordinate them all up. And there's not a ton of people dressing Lolita in Second Life, but hopefully there will be more because there really is a lot of flexibility to it. There's a lot of creativity. And if you can make your own graphics and sculpt your own garments, like you can do so much. Um, anyway, Star Fairymeadow is the designer of Wretched Dollies, which was also highly recommended in many articles I read. I like this Wicked Pumpkin dress because it has some different pieces that you can kind of switch out, like this kind of overskirt situation. And the like orange and black, you don't see a ton of. I think it's very cute. Also, this one is notable because it comes with particles. So that would mean when you're walking, there's like little sparkles that kind of go around your feet. Something we can't really do in real life unless you have someone following you around and tossing glitter. um, it's one of the interesting things about being in the virtual world. Uh, this next dress is the Harlequin Sin, and this one comes in many colors. But I thought the red and black was really pretty. And this one also has like some different things that you could put on and take off. Like I think you could take off this collar. You don't have to wear the shirt. It comes with these cuffs that you could switch out. So there's really, and also you can get into editing objects and things too, and that just gives you so many more possibilities. I thought these were cute because uh, it's the same dress, different colorway. And I really like this sort of um, brown, red, green tartan, spring wine tartan, kind of interesting colorway that we don't see a ton of usually, maybe in country Lolita, especially with like this bonnet. And I just think it's cute. It's kind of like a longer silhouette dress. Um, and yeah, so this is going to be the last of the garments for now, but there are so many more on the Second Life marketplace. Yeah, and some designers even will include videos of how their garment moves while on an avatar, which is very interesting. Um, and da, da, da. Not just in fully digital fashion, we've got augmented reality fashion, which is very cool, fully just potential. Augmented reality is a bit different than virtual reality because it overlays the real world with graphics as opposed to being a complete environment made out of graphics. You can only see the augmented reality effects through an AR capable device, like maybe your cell phone. Um, some examples of augmented reality in use are like filters that distort your appearance, like in Instagram or Snapchat, Pokemon Go. And there are also even apps that let you try on makeup and garments before you purchase. David's Bridal has one. Fashion that is completely digital with no physical base and can only be seen by those with an AR capable device is gaining some popularity. Dress X was featured in Safia Nygaard's video. I wore digital clothes for a week. And they have a wide selection of designer digital clothing from many, many, many different designers. And they also have some designer price tags. We are not getting the dollar to Linden conversion here. We're getting the fashion to designer fashion conversion. So it's a bit expensive sometimes, but you can create these very cool effects. And actually, these pillow type things sort of drift away in the air, kind of a particle effect. Um, all right. We not okay. For some reason, my slideshow is not wanting to work. There we go. The future of virtual Lolita fashion is being woven as we speak. I've got some wild speculation, and I'd invite you to also speculate wildly. Um, some things that we might see in Lolita fashion in the future. Maybe virtual garment try on for online shopping. So you can see how that meta dress looks on you, or that baby skirt will hang. Simultaneous releases of physical and virtual versions of garments. So you can twin with yourself in the metaverse. Or prints that become animated when viewed through VR. I think about this one so much. Like you go to take a picture of someone and the kittens on their dress start jumping around, and just something bringing that to reality would be very interesting, I think. Highly detailed 3D models of upscale releases to allow for thorough examination of details, like trim, beading, and lace before purchase. This is something that David's Bridal has and might be really good for those very upscale releases of Lolita designs with like heirloom kind of work on them. So you can really like get in there, even though you aren't going to touch the garment until it's been shipped. Animated auras, I think, would be really cool, like particle effects, or like you just have a rainbow of sparkles around you, kind of matching your dress. Shops with 3D renders of garments as worn with different petticoats, I think, would be very cool. Just to be able to see, like, how can I wear this? Like, what possibilities are there? Just so much more than you can understand from a flat image on a screen. And the question, would you ever wear a virtual dress? I mean, it's safe to say that I would, because I have a couple of these dresses that I wear in Second Life. I definitely don't have any of the amazing futuristic dresses, but oh gosh, that would be amazing. Um, I would download a dress, but I would not download it illegally. I would support the artist who made it. But would you download a dress? I would like to know. And what if you could buy a dress and email it to all your friends, and all of you have the same dress? Well, that might get a little weird, but there's so many possibilities, and I think that Lolita fashion pushes so many boundaries already that maybe the boundary between the physical and virtual worlds is another boundary that Lolitas are going to push and make something beautiful there. And so this is where I got my my information from. That isn't just my own wild speculation. I have links to the shops that are featured: Bear Rose, G Field, Wishbox, and Wretched Dollies. All amazing, and they are incredible shops on the marketplace. And I really hope that you take a look at some of the things they have to offer. They they have like quite a lot of very cool things besides Lolita. Bear Rose has quite a lot of like environmental pieces and props. G Field has quite a lot of uh, very cute accessories. Well, my favorite pieces. Well, I that I love this sailor suit. I actually have this in World, and I just think it is precious. Like I just want it in real life as well. um, and honestly, I want to like if I don't own things by all of these designers yet, I'm going to because as I've just been looking at all of these, like Ride Night, I really love. I think it's such a cute outfit. Yeah, yeah. That's another thing about virtual clothing is that you never have to worry about it pinching or being too tight or anything like that. If it doesn't fit, you can edit it. Um, you can change your avatar. um, there's not a whole lot that is unchangeable in the virtual world. And so, yeah, you could be in your sweatpants, t-shirt, you know, or whatever. And also simultaneously be completely frilly, over the top, sparkling, like music plays when people come near you. Uh, the duality of Lolita, I guess. Um, and I quite like in my personal digital wardrobe. I quite like things like this Alice made. Um, you can't really beat like a nice like one piece dress with a cute apron. Sometimes like you even have like two looks because you can take the apron off. Sometimes the apron is sculpted to the dress, which can be, but it just depends. And I wish I could just take my Second Life wardrobe, copy it into my closet, wear all the clothes, all of them forever. And so I went through this a bit faster than I thought I would, but I'm very thankful to you all for listening and about something that maybe seems a little bit wacky. Like one of the things that we love is wearing Lolita, holding it in our hands and having it. Um, but also like there's something in the intangible that is very wonderful and intriguing. So thank you all. Oh, well, what got me interested was actually this video that Safia Nygaard actually did called "I Wore Digital Clothes for a Week," which is awesome, and you should watch it. It's very interesting, and she goes much more into the different clothing in within Dress X, and a lot more of the clothing that you go out somewhere, it's projected onto you. You take the pictures, like it only exists in the pictures. It's not um, like in world. Well, I guess it is kind of in world. But it just seems so interesting to me that you could create these things that are maybe not even possible physically, and you can make them happen just by overlaying this digital world on top of our own. Uh, and so I think that sometimes people will talk about the differences between themselves, like online or in person or whatever. And bringing these facets of ourselves together is very interesting. Of course, I'm always going to be interested in physical fashion because it's great. But also, I think that virtual fashion is something that's going to be on my mind, something that I might even design in the future. Um, just because there's so much you can do. There are no limits. Um, or as they say, in Mean Girls, the limit does not exist. um, oh yeah, that's also a great point. If you go on Second Life and you convert $10 into Linden, you then have, I think, around 2,000 ish Linden that you could buy several outfits with. Mix, match, try out everything, and then you go, well, what do I want to bring with me to the real world? You can sometimes, well, I think it would be amazing to have a simultaneous brand release and a virtual release for that reason, that like I could buy that dress and like see how I like it in world, see all the angles. Um, I mean, or just, have the virtual version, kind of like a little collectible or something. Uh, not like an NFT. Second Life doesn't really use a blockchain for things like marketplace purchases, or I don't think at all. But I am not 100% on that. But as everyone has been talking about NFTs lately, I thought I should touch on that. My interest in virtual fashion. I think that my interest in fashion, my interest in virtual fashion has helped me branch out a bit. Um, when it's just you online, you can kind of wear anything you want, and you can try it out. There's no one like, I mean, you have a username. You're not yourself really. You're your avatar, and so there isn't so much of that like, oh, or people are gonna judge me. Oh my god. Um, as much as I think in real life, you can try things out. You can go out. Someone's gonna be like a panda. Someone's going to be some kind of body part. um, and I think that adding our voices and trying things out. Uh, oh, designing my own. Uh, um, okay, getting my thoughts straight. Um, I've thought about designing my own virtual clothing. I don't quite have the um, foundation in using Blender or other 3D modeling software that would be required. I have more of the 2D art. So when you make a virtual garment, basically what's going to happen is you're going to be making a 3D sculpture that's often a flat sheet, basically bent around. So it's hollow on the inside. And then you're going to take uh, I'm sorry, you're going to paint a texture on a flat, like Photoshop on a flat surface, bend it around that. And I guess the trying to think in 2D is one thing, where you're drawing the design, you're drawing the surface designs, but then once you start curving it around, you run into some technical sort of issues. So for me, it would probably be learning how to use Blender would be very good, and painting my own like texture maps, seeing how like if I put this line here and on the final product, what does that look like? Experiment with shading. Um, I've actually tried it just a little bit in a way that some of you might have tried. In Animal Crossing, you can actually make your own custom garments. You can alter the artwork pixel by pixel, and it wraps it around and everything. Kind of a cool way to experiment with that. And so for me, I guess that what I would want to design would be, um, hmm, I guess stuff that maybe you would have a pretty hard time making it happen in real life, but in the virtual world, you can go wild. Like coordinated wings and animations, I think would be very cool. Maybe like your hair, like you have a hairstyle or something that you can click and there's different hair accessories that might pop up, things like that. Um, because um I it's very easy to spend a lot of time in metaverse spaces, I will say. Um I During the pandemic, I was on Second Life all the time. Well, I guess the pandemic is still going, but around 2020-ish, I got back into Second Life and I started going just quite a lot. Just kind of checking out different museums, different like nightclubs, places with live music. Like there's so much you can do, and so much to explore. So I can definitely get caught up in it. Uh, and you definitely want to, if it's your first time exploring Second Life, or another virtual space, be sure to, each area will generally have its own rules. So they'll say things like, please don't be naked, rules that we can follow. Please no hate speech, things like that. And so, um, it is magical. When you're, I haven't even had I guess the full experience of being very like logged in with like the headset and everything. Because some areas of Second Life, I believe, are compatible with Oculus Rift and other viewers, and that seems like the ultimate way. But even without that, it's like, um, I guess playing a video game where you're the main character and it's all on your terms. You just go to the places you want to go. You just do the things you want to do. You wear what you want. You look how you want. Um, you run into lots of other people, and it's pretty incredible how both huge and small the world is when you're online. You don't actually need a VR headset for the metaverse. I just browse Second Life generally through the Second Life viewer on my laptop. So it's just a screen that comes up. I've got an interface of different things I can do. Like I can change my avatar, I can um, change my clothes, put things in my inventory. Uh, there are a lot of places, like there are like starter locations and things like that. The Second Life destination guide is amazing. They pick out all of these amazing places you can go. Whether you want to go somewhere like really scenic and relaxing and just kind of relax, or if you want to go somewhere where you can play games or like a casino kind of situation or a live theatrical production. It's really, there's always something going on. And there aren't a ton of people. Um, like the population density in Second Life is pretty low. Like generally, a lot of places you go to could be empty or nearly empty except for certain times. Um, and you also, oh yes, pretty much everywhere is user created. Um, there are places where, like different hubs that I believe are created by Linden Labs. But pretty much the rest of it, besides like the Linden homes, because if you have a premium account, you actually get your own little house too. And you can get into the endlessly addictive, like getting all the furniture, arranging them all in your house, taking cute photos with your avatar. Animal Crossing does a lot of the same stuff for me, I think, as like doing these things on Second Life. It's just in Second Life you can do quite a lot more as far as completely customizing it. Oh, nice. um, and there are also a lot of spaces that are considered to be sort of in the metaverse, because of the way people are creatively being present in the space. Like Minecraft is considered one, Fortnite, where people, you very much customize yourself, you create your environment, you interact with others. Oh, no worries. I'm very excited that people are curious about this. Like, Second Life is one of those things I didn't talk about a whole lot because I was like, oh no, I'm cringe. But it's wonderful. It's a place completely made by artists and programmers and creators, and there's just there's so much to see. And um, I think that being part of the metaverse, or I guess visiting there often, um, it kind of recontextualizes my time in my first life, um, and I think it's really nice. I would, in the novel where the term metaverse came from, people always spent their time in a virtual world because the real world was terrible. And the real world does have many terrible things about it. Um, but I don't think it has to be the real world or the digital world. I think combining them both, and having this harmonious, I guess, relationship with both is really interesting. Oh yeah, live music. It's one of the wonderful things on Second Life is that there's tons of venues where people will sing, will dance, will do anything you can think of. There are open mic nights, karaoke nights. I haven't tried one of those yet. It does seem like a lot of fun though. And in places like VR chat, I was watching this quite interesting documentary. Um, oh no, what was it called? But it was about the metaverse, and I'll have to link you guys to it later. Yeah, karaoke. Pretty much anything people can do in person, they can also do online. Yes, also those things, but we're not talking about that. Oh, I guess it recontextualizes for me my life because, well, thank you. Thinking about when you're online and you have no limits, you think, who am I? And you present yourself, you experience different things. And then when you log off, like you're that same person, that same boundless person. You do have real life, like different limitations and obstacles. Um, but also like just being able to, I guess, be acquainted with that version of myself who is completely boundless, completely free. Then I come back to this world, the physical world, and I go, well, how can I be a bit more like that person? Because they're both me. Um, it's all a matter of context. If you have ever heard of this cartoon, it's one of my favorites. It's called Gem and the Holograms. There's this woman, Jerica, who is a CEO, awesome businesswoman. Maybe not the best businesswoman, but she's a businesswoman. And she just doesn't have like a ton of confidence and stuff until she's Gem. She creates this alter ego for herself. And as Gem, she's everything. She's everything she's ever wanted to be. Um, and part of me thinks like, well, why doesn't she just be Gem all the time? But Jerica is also her. And I guess bridging the gap um, is very intriguing. So it's a bit like that, like having a super cool alter ego. And if any of you end up going on Second Life or um, end up wanting to, log on with somebody, I'll be in the Discord. You could message me, let me know. Um, I kind of did it on my own, was a lot of logging on and showing up places and being like, "What do I do?" It's I can do anything. What do I do though? Um, because it's just really incredible. And I feel like the more I know, the more I don't know. Yes, it is a free platform. Um, you do need to pay for some things, like if you want to buy Linden with real money, then you need the real money to convert into Linden. Though there's also ways like playing games, doing different things, scavenger hunts, and you can earn Linden in game. So you can like kind of play and get currency. But I mean, with the conversion rate, just putting in a few dollars doesn't seem too bad. Um, oh, you definitely can. I have I have not been bold enough to use my real voice yet. I know that sounds very strange. I tend to just type. It's I mean, it kind of ends up being like I'm hanging out in a like a forum, except the forum also has music and I have a body and I'm hanging out with some people. um, and so I definitely could, and there are definitely people who do use their voice. Some places have rules against it, like especially if you're going to a venue with like live music or something, they might make it so no one else can use their mics except for the performers, which you cannot do in real life. So it's kind of a cool feature. Um, and I always love Second Life because I could like go dancing or whatever, and if anyone's creepy, I could teleport away, gone. And that is also significantly harder to do in real life. Um, I'm just very happy that all of you have shown interest in this. It really is a corner of the internet that you wouldn't know about it unless someone told you or you really were searching. Um, but it's quite cool. I will say, if you decide to explore the Second Life marketplace, make sure you're on general rating. There's general, I believe, moderate or mature, and adult. Stay in general. There's so much, and there's so much that is like, wow, I just saw that. um, but you can definitely keep the vast majority of it out of your search. Um, it's sometimes interesting. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I my first few times on the marketplace, like da, 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 da. Oh gosh. Um, and so the term Lolita is it is unbanned. Some people still like to use the creepier version of the definition for it. So you'll sometimes find some really kind of unsavory sort of things. Well, not unsavory, but things that are not what you're looking for, I'm guessing. And so EGL is a good term as well. And I've searched like sweet Lolita, gothic Lolita, Lolita fashion. Um, any of the brands I featured or their shops are a good place to start if you want to look around. And there's really just so much. It really is a whole world to explore. And yeah, um, Second Life is Second Life and the Metaverse are great because, like, yeah, virtual meetups. And I was very surprised to find out that there's not that I know of anything like that going on right now, except probably in some smaller circles. And so I hope that we could see some virtual meetups in the future, or maybe like a parallel, like a virtual meetup to go along with like a real life event for the people who maybe couldn't make it or have to stay home for whatever reason. Uh, I love the idea of. I was very excited to be able to do this panel for the virtual foray event because it feels very appropriate. Um, yeah, and I've never actually been to like an in-person Lolita meetup. And so I don't really know, but and it's one other reason I turned to the internet, because I kind of live kind of far out and from where a lot of the events are, and so being able to kind of, log in and get there is interesting, and also nice for things like COVID. If someone suddenly gets sick, um, that does seem like fun. Maybe a session where a bunch of us get together and um, get avatars and stuff. Um, I will say, if you want to venture out, not in a group, there are tons of like getting started, I guess, areas in Second Life, which are cool, that kind of basically just orient you, tell you what's going on, how to use things, how to move, how to use your menus, how to mess with your settings, things like that. But it definitely seems like it would be way more fun to come in with a bunch of people, meet up somewhere, and everybody just, if y'all ever want to do a digital Lolita meetup, could definitely see about that. There are many, many beautiful places we could go. And let's see. I think another interesting thing for the future could be. Oh, I thought it went away. But I'm just very excited about how wide open the future is, how there's so much that can still happen. There are some brands on Second Life that make Lolita clothing, but not any that I know of that make only Lolita clothing. So that could be interesting to see in upcoming years as well. And if you're traveling around online, be safe. Don't give out your personal information. I say as I use my real name, but but all the same kind of security things apply. But it is important to, keep in mind, like, as much as the internet can be a wonderful, beautiful place to hang out, it can also be kind of a scary place. But hopefully, with all of us together, we can make it more of a wonderful place again. Let's see. And if you're the kind of person who plays a video game and loves a good character customizer, Second Life is the place for you. You could customize your ultimate character down to their fingernail designs, to like a toe ring, to any number of piercings, tattoos, wings, tails, horns. Which I would love to see more wings, tails, and horns in Lolita. Dragon core. Well, I'm yeah, fingernail designs. Even like those very over the top kawaii 3D ones. You need to have a certain kind of avatar that can handle that. Oh, definitely mermaid tails. I even have a couple mermaid tails for going to mermaid locations on Second Life. Oh, horns go great with an Era OG kind of look. That's wonderful. I might have to put some horns with my my little virtual OG outfit that I've got. And yeah, I think that it's going to be very amazing to see what next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years will bring. I mean, maybe we'll be trying on Baby the Stars Shine Bright by holding up our cell phones and seeing how all the dresses look on us, trying out the different colorways, and then clicking buy. And well, I think that I've probably exhausted my information, unless you all have any questions. Uh, Probably going to start wrapping things up, though. Um, Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for listening. If you ever want to hit me up in the Discord, in the Rose Foray Discord, I'm there. If you ever want to message me, it might be fun to meet in world. Who knows? Well, whether in this world or the digital world, thank you very much for coming to my panel. All right. Thank you so much.